All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here. Alamosa versus La Junta. So 12 minutes to go. 7-6 is the score with the home team Alamosa Maroons on top over the La Junta Tigers. So we are going to get set to kick off, and the kicker is going to kick it high, short, end over end, get it picked up, and fair caught at about the, let's say, 37-yard line. So it looks like La Junta going to take over from there. So we got La Junta Tigers and the Alamosa Maroons slash Mean Moose. Okay, we are going to take a look here. Try to see what we can do. They have some overall folding type of program. So we're going to see exactly what we can do. So ball is actually placed at the 38-yard line. So correction there. Alamosa Mean Moose in maroon tops, white pants, and white helmet with a Mean Moose slash maroon emblem on either side. La Junta, on the other hand, black pants, white tops with orange lettering, black helmet with the tiger across. 38 I formation. Going to hand the ball off. Actually, he's going to take it himself, and it looks like he's going to get close. Well, maybe about halfway to a would-be first down. So we're going to see exactly where they're going to line up here. Overall, so actually they're going to line it up at the 44-yard line. So it looks like maybe about 2nd and 5, possibly 2nd and 4. So 11:34 under 11 and a half minutes so far in this third quarter. It is the Alamosa Mean Moose slash Maroons versus the La Junta Tigers. So 2A football action here in Colorado on a beautiful Friday evening, maybe about 70 degrees with a light, crisp fall type of breeze. Number 2 going to get to right around the marker, and he actually is going to get hit by, I believe, number 9. So we're going to try to see who that is. That is number 2, Rylan Smith, the sophomore, and he is going to get brought down by number 9. And that's going to be Cade Jones, the senior. So we got Cade and Casey Jones, the twins, and one plays quarterback, one plays receiver. They also play defense, and on top of that, their father actually announced his game back in 2004 when he took a very talented, strong team type of unit, Center Vikings, to the semifinals against the Lyman Badgers. So Schmidt going to be the quarterback. He's going to call his own number, easily going to get his first down, and he's going to get brought down. So he is now in Mean Moose territory. So we're going to see exactly where they line up. So they're going to line up at the 45-yard line. So La Junta Tigers on the prowl. So under 10 and a half minutes remaining in this third quarter. So second half action, La Junta versus Alamosa. Like we mentioned earlier, it's a classification 2A game. Alamosa as well as La Junta used to play in 3A. A lot of schools have gone down at least one classification. So under 10 minutes to go. Schmidt in the I formation, twins flanked out to the far side. Running back slash receiver on kind of a bootleg wheel route as he gets hand the ball off to, let's see, crosses the 40-yard pylon. So we're going to see exactly where they're going to line it up. They're actually going to line it at the 40-yard line. So on the near side hash, La Junta Tigers, like we said. White tops, black bottoms, and black helmet with Tigers emblem on either side. Orange numbering with black accenting that. So stark contrast is the Alamosa Mean Moose that has a maroon top, white bottoms, a white helmet with maroon and maroons on the side of the helmet. So Schmidt got to call his own number, and he's going to get brought down hard by a host of Alamosa Maroons. So great job there, Johnny, on the spot. That was about 2 or 3 Alamosa Maroons on that assisted tackle. So under 9 minutes to go in this contest. Or believe it, this is actually the third quarter, so second half action. Very close game. Actually just drove in from DIA Airport. So basically literally got in as halftime happened. So the halftime celebration was for former head coach for the Alamosa Maroons slash Maroons, Manny Wassinger. So Schmidt out of the I formation / pro set, going to do a lot of reverse action is Lahana. And number 1 going to take it in almost literally untouched. He jukes and jives his way in for the touchdown. So with 8:11 left in this third quarter, the Lahana Tigers now appear to be on top by a score of 12-7. So phenomenal run there. Like I said, Lahana Tigers do a lot of misdirection out of the I formation. So it looked like they actually attempted that play 2 or 3 times prior to no avail. Finally, third time is the charm, as number 1 goes in unscathed, as he literally juked number 4 out of his proverbial jockstrap. So 8:11 to go in this third quarter. Looks like they're doing some type of 2-point conversion option, and the ball is going to go in for the 2-point conversion. It has to make it 14-7. Even kind of juked out the announcer / cameraman on that one. So 8:08 to go. 14-7 is the score, with the Lahana Tigers now on top over the Alamosa Maroons. The score is 14-7 now, thus far in the third quarter. So great, like I mentioned earlier, weather is a very crisp fall evening. Friday night lights in the San Luis Valley. Weather most likely, let's guesstimate, between 60 to 70, with a light little breeze built in there. So a little bit of stark contrast from what I'm used to in Texas, with the humidity a little bit warmer overall in Texas. So 8:08 to go in this third quarter. 14-7 is the score. So we have number 33 for the Lahana Tigers actually going to kick the ball off at his own 40. So he checks off both sides. He is going to kick it high, end over end, booming kick, and it's going to be at about inside the 5-yard line. And number 5 is going to actually take the corner, but one of the Lahana Tigers is going to out-angle him. So he's going to get to just inside his own 20-yard line. We are going to see where exactly they go. Okay, so I just got a correction from my beautiful fiance. So it's 57 degrees here in Alamosa. So I was off by a few digits. So 8:03 to go in this third quarter. We have Jones and company, shotgun formation, 1 running back flanked behind him, twins flanked out to either side. Jones barking out the singles, gonna, nice little play action there, and he's gonna kind of underthrow his intended receiver on the far hash. So we've heard a lot of great things about Jones these past few years. Just spoke to his grandfather, Lloyd Jones. Some people know him as Butch Jones. He kind of mentioned something about his grandson, the quarterback, had some type of torn labrum in his right throwing shoulder. So he had the option to get it cleaned up, but I believe he would have missed out on most, if not all, of his senior season. He's instead going with it. So showing the grit is Jones. Shotgun formation, trips flanked out now to the far side of the field. A little bit of a bubble screen here to 8. 8 on the inside hash, in the near side. Going to cross the 20, the 25, and he is going to get dragged out of bounds near the 30, and now a flag comes in a little bit late. So usually when a flag comes out that late, they are out of bounds. This possibly could be personal foul, potentially hit out of bounds, and possibly, like I said, a personal foul. So depending on what they decide to call, this could be a 10 or 15-yard penalty sometimes at the end of the play. So we're going to see exactly what the referees decide. Personal foul against Lahana. So that's exactly what happened. Most of the time, like I believe, it's 15 yards from the spot of infraction, and we are going to see exactly where they're going to place the ball. So Alamosa Maroons now moving the field, and they are approaching midfield now. So the referee now going to look like they're going to place it at the 47-yard line. So near side hash, Alamosa Maroons going right to left, Lahana going opposite direction, left to right. So Jones and company, shotgun formation, 1 running back flanked to his side, twins flanked out on either side. So Jones, the quarterback, number 10, barking out the signals, clapping his hands. He's going to go for a quick little route, and unfortunately, that's going to go in and out of the hands of number 14, who is Michael Motes, the junior. So like we said earlier, So number 10, Casey Jones. So I always think, because I always confuse them, there's Casey and K Jones. I think Casey Jones from the old school Ninja Turtle days, he is the quarterback, whereas Cade is his twin brother, and he plays the wideout at number 9. So very talented group of young men there. And like I said, come from a pretty extensive pedigree from the Jones family. So Jones, shotgun formation, trips flanked out to the far side, going to hand the ball off to the first back through the line, and he is going to get a minimal gain at best. It actually looked like he may not have actually went to the original line of scrimmage. So going back to the Jones family, so some older uncles actually, I believe, got a chance to play college football. So one of Lloyd Jones / Butch Jones's sons, Greg Jones, who now I believe is the superintendent for Monte Vista Schools. He was a linebacker for that very infamous and famous 1988-89 NAIA runner-up team back when they were called the Indians. So back in the Adams State Indian days, Adams State College Indian days, that was his uncle. So very great pedigree. A lot of Alamosa Maroon playing history in that side of the family. Jones going for broke. He's going to air it out to 14. He's going to hit his stride with an amazing throw. So Johnny on the spot, amazing throw there. So it looks like actually number 14, and that is going to be Michael Motes, redeems himself. So Michael Motes actually dropped that pass earlier, and he totally redeems himself. So here we go. Alamosa Maroons now, Jones and company at the 15-yard line. Motes now in motion. I'm sure he's out of breath as we speak. Trips flanked out to the far side of the field, one flanked on the inside. Jones, play action, actually going to hand the ball off to 8, and 8 going to go inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. So we're going to see who that is. That looks like that's R.J. Meese, and I believe he is related to Brandon and DJ. So I got a chance to play with them, and one of them actually was on that famous 2001 state championship football team. That was Brandon Meese, the All-Colorado safety, I believe. So there is a flag on the play. We're going to see exactly what they decide to call here. 6:12 to go in this third quarter. 14-7 is the score, with the visiting La Junta Tigers on top over the home team, Alamosa Maroons. So referees continuing to counsel. 6:12 to go, like I said, 14-7 in favor of the visiting La Junta Tigers. So like we said earlier, halftime was to celebrate Manny Wassinger. Actually, it's going to possibly be, so is this actually 2 penalties? One of them was declined. Oh, okay, now I see. Wait, so trying to think, so I believe that looked like offsetting penalties. That was a whole lot of play calls there by the referee. So usually you don't see referees in that kind of action, but they got to call out three separate penalties. So sometimes depending on the yardage. So it looked like one was personal foul, which is 15 yards, but then the other one could have been holding, and one of them could have been too many men on the field. So maybe 15 yards, they offset. So we're going to see exactly where they place the ball. It looks like it's going to benefit the Alamosa Maroons. So half the distance to the goal. Ball is now at the near hash 3-yard line. 6:12 to go. 14-7 is the score, with the visiting La Junta Tigers on top over the home team, Alamosa Maroons. Like we said earlier, so homecoming, or / halftime, actually, not homecoming, but halftime festivities was to honor Manny Wassinger, former head coach Manny Wassinger, who actually got to coach not one but 2 state championships, one in 2001 and one I believe it's like 2006 or 2007. He had a state runner-up in 95, and he had countless semifinal appearances. So I believe Manny Wassinger actually has the state record for most number of state playoff appearances. I believe he had a streak of 13, and that actually came to a halt, screeched to a halt in '99. So that was actually my freshman year. Is the first year that they missed the playoffs. So they went from the previous year. They did really well. I believe they're 10-2. They played a semifinal game at home. So the old Al Bennett Field. They lost to a super loaded Palisade team. So Jones, shotgun formation, trims flaked out to the far side of the field. Jones looking on an out route. Ooh. Unfortunately, in and out of the Hounds. So sometimes what this can happen. That's going to be Brent Jackson, the junior. So sometimes this can happen. So sometimes the receiver is looking for the pass at the same time he looks to the side. And when he looks to the side, he's trying to hit the corner. And by doing that, he gets temporarily distracted, which could have happened there. So ball now at the, let's say, 3.5-yard line. So Jones and company knocking on the proverbial door, 2nd and goal. So Casey Jones, the quarterback. Shotgun formation, 2 running backs flanked behind him, twins flanked out on the far side, 1 on the near side of the field. So 3 in motion towards the near side, going to hand the ball off to 8. And 8's trying to lunge and reach as far as he can. So it's going to be R.J. Meese once again, like I said. So I believe these might be his uncles, DJ Meese and possibly Brandon Meese. So a very athletic family overall. They had a brother, Jesse Meese, who actually was – the Meeses are known overall as a wrestling family, as all 3 have a state championship in their repertoire. They all have the championship belt. So Jones and company inside the 5. So he's going to go play action, going to roll out towards the strong side of the field, and he tried to hit – his intended receiver, far side of the field, and that looked like that might have been his twin brother, number 9. Let's try to see if we can get that. That's going to be number 9. That is Kay Jones, the senior. So he tried to hit that. So now 4th and goal opportunity. 5:19 to go. 14-7 is the score. We're going to see Jones and company looking at head coach Drew Sandlin. So Drew Sandlin was one of the first, I believe, is a 4 or 5-star quarterback prep-wise out of Colorado, one of the first quarterbacks after the great Craig Oaks. So I think Sandlin was in the early 2000s / mid to late 2000s. He's going to hit on an out route, and he is going to hit, I believe, number 3. That's going to be Brent Jackson on an out route. So Jones looking like he wants that out route. So what you're seeing overall is you're seeing that they're revisiting kind of somewhat the same place. Like they're trying to see. It looks like Jones really likes that out route. It looks like he tried to do that a few times. Luckily, on that last opportunity, he got it. So kick is going to be by number 1, Ryan Higareta. So Higareta, extra points, going to be up and good. So great job there by Higareta. So the score now is 14-14, 5:15 to go into this third quarter. So quite the game at hand here in Alamosa. So I believe the elevation here is 7,544 feet above sea level. I know La Junta's is a little bit less than that. So Colorado, you got to get used to playing in the altitude. I remember when the college teams do this, they actually have to do supplementary oxygen, especially the Kansas and Nebraska colleges whenever they come down to Adams State. Speaking of Adams State has a Saturday night game, and they are actually going to take on, I believe, New Mexico Highlands. That is going to be a night game, so one of the few they do have lights at Rec Stadium. A lot of times they play during the day, but they are going to play a night game. That's tomorrow night, 7 p.m. kickoff. Other college, other college games around the state. Air Force is actually going to host Navy, and that's going to be quite the ball game. Whenever you get 2 service academies in on the action, you gotta love that. So high end over end by Higareta, number 1, maybe about the 11-yard line, still on his feet, and he's going to see what he can do. And is he going to get to about the 31, 32 yard line. So 5:07 to go. 14-14 is the score. It is tied here. Alamosa Maroons / Mean Moose versus the Lahana Tigers. So they used to play in that super highly competitive. I'm trying to think of the old name of the. I think it was the old South Central League. So it used to be Lahana Lamar. It was Alamosa. I'm trying to think. Canyon City was in there. So I think initially Pueblo West was in there, to name a few. So I formation, Schmidt with Twins flanked down on the near side of the field. So Schmidt going to be hit in the backfield.
Also in on that tackle, number 51, Brandon Bowden. No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10 for the Tigers.
So under 5 minutes to go in this third quarter. It looked like Lahana was on top. I think the score was like 7-6. Lahana came back. And then Alamosa even the score, 14-14 now. Scored, tied right now. So 32 yard line. Schmidt going to hand the ball off. Second running back through the line. It does not look like he's going anywhere.
Short to no gain on the play. Carter Colsma in on the tackle for Alamosa.
All right, so ball is at Lahana's own 32 yard line, so it's going to be in the middle hash. So Lahana Tigers on the long side of the field. They are operating left to right, whereas Alamosa operating right to left. So under 4 minutes to go, 14-14, 3rd and 10. Trips flanked out to the near side of the field. Schmidt, shotgun formation. Schmidt rolling out to the near side of the field, and he's going to try to hit his intended receiver.
Second complete pass, we're going to mark it about the 39-yard line. Brings up a 4th down, about 3 for the Tigers.
Okay, 4th and about 3 at their own 39-yard line. They are going to go for the punt.
Jones drops back deep.
Booming punt, going to get picked up by about the 27. 9, going to hit the corner here. He's going to try to see what he can do, breaking midfield, and he is going to go to about the in between the 35 and 30-yard line.
40-yard punt return sets up Alamosa inside Tiger territory. We got a flag thrown in back at the 41. We'll see what this is all about.
Okay, so it looks like a flag was called. So we're going to see flag was thrown at about the 41. So blocking the back on Alamosa. So that is actually going to negate that penalty. So they're going to actually, that was a phenomenal run, and it's actually going to get negated. So 2:33 to go. 14-14 is the score. So we have here ball at the, let's say, 31-yard line. So Jones and company, Twins flanked out to the near side of the field. One wide out flanked on the far side of the field. So Jones seeing what he can do, kind of surveying the scene at the 30-yard line. So Jones with one running back flanked right behind him. So Jones trying to see what he can do, clapping his hands, going to see what he can do. He's going to go misdirection, and he is actually going to throw it out of bounds. So great job there by Casey Jones with the wherewithal, the mental IQ to be able to see that. So 2:25 to go in this third quarter. 14 of 14 is the score. So a very high action type of scenario here. So ball is at the, let's say, their own 31-yard line, and we're going to see exactly what happens here. So Jones with twins flanked out on either side. Ball is going to be at the, let's say, 31-yard line. So Jones going to bark out the signals. He's clapping his hands. He's going to see what he can do. So Jones going for broke here, and he is going to hit his intended receiver in stride. That's going to be Moats. I believe it's Moats. It might have been Jackson. So it's actually going to be Brent Jackson, the junior. So 2:16 to go in this third quarter. So Jones, shotgun formation. Ball is, let's say, at the 36-yard line. Twins flanked out on either side. Jones going to bark out the signals, claps his hands. We're going to see what he can do. Jones going to roll out to his strong side, the right side, far side of the field, and he is actually going to kind of dive down. So he's going to get close to the original line of scrimmage. So we're going to see where they place that ball. So ball is going to be placed at, let's say, the 38-yard line. So Maroons / Mean Moose, they are in La Junta Tiger territory. Under 2 minutes to go. We are going to see exactly what Jones and Company / head coach Drew Sandlin is dialing up. 38-yard line, their own 38-yard line. So Jones with trips flanked out on the near side of the field. So Jones seeing what he can do. One wide out flanked. Two. Hit hard there. Hit extremely hard. So we're going to see that can be a momentum shifter. So Jones literally had the ball, and then when he went to throw, he boom, got hit. So luckily, it looks like Jones got up on his own accord. That is very much something you want to see, especially that's even more in our forefront, our forebrain, because Tua Tagovailoa for the Miami Dolphins, unfortunately, got that pretty severe concussion. Actually, last night, Thursday Night Football against the Bengals. So you definitely like to see at least that was more of a non-head contact hit. So with over 1 minute to go in this third quarter, the La Junta Tigers are trying to see if they can score before that clock strikes the proverbial midnight. So under 1 minute to go, Schmidt and Company going to hand the ball off, and he is going to try to see what he can do. He's going to get to about the 43-yard line. So La Junta now in Mean Moose territory, marching it down the field. So 14 of 14, very good, heavy-spirited, very close game between these guys. This is going to be timeout, charge to the Alamosa Maroons. So 33.9 seconds to go, a 14 of 14 tie. So we are going to see exactly what they dial up. So I'm seeing overall that we're seeing the numbers on the right side of the helmets for the Alamosa Maroons when you see the Mean Moose on the left side. So that's kind of more of a new age helmet. So the old Alamosa Maroons used to have that iconic A that they had on both sides of the helmet. So they've kind of, the jerseys have definitely evolved over the years. I remember back in the late 90s, they actually had a kind of like a maroon, thicker maroon stripe down their pant leg and a like black. So under 34 seconds to go, Schmidt and Company from the Mean Moose 37-yard line. So Schmidt bobbling the snap, going to see what he can do. He's going to go, and he's going to get in some traffic here, and they're going to, because they have to move the chains, they temporarily stop the clock. So 1st and 10, ball at the 31-yard line, under 30 seconds to go. So Schmidt doing a lot of that misdirection. Number 1, once again, who got the previous touchdown, almost gets another touchdown. So that's going to be another 1st down. They're going to move the chains, which means they have to actually temporarily stop the clock. So under 10 seconds to go. Schmidt and company going to go quarterback sneak, and he is going to go what would be almost a touchdown. So they're going to stop the clock once again, 2.3 seconds to go. And it looks like the quarterback, Schmidt, taking a little bit longer to get up. So they're going to see if they are actually going to call a timeout. Their clock has stopped. So we're going to see exactly what it's stopped for. It looks like ball's going to be at the 2-yard line. All right, so 14-14. That's the end of the 3rd quarter here in Alamosa.